Okay, now we should be live. Let's see if this works. There it is. Okay, so with that, we should finally be good to go. It's been a little while since we had, well, a real stream. I don't know if the last one counts because we went through 3 games with the Dreadnoughts beating the Rams, the Browns beating the Commanders, and then the Cardinals beating the Voyagers. But we've still got 13 more to get through today. That includes 2 watch games. The rest will be simcasted. My PTSD is coming back. And, yeah, that's the plan. What is going on, Denmark? What is going on, Nick? Welcome in, folks. Cocky, if you can hear me, please save me. I agree. I want to play the Jets round 1. Cocky, I'm pulling for you today, buddy. 32 minutes this time. Hopefully we last at least 32 minutes. I think I got it in me. Hopefully. Not 100% sure, but like 98%. What's good, MMGK, Pokemon, Funny? How are you doing, gentlemen? MP? Happy Wednesday to those who celebrate. So before we get started, I appreciate everybody's patience over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, I did not anticipate that it would be 2 weeks in between real streams, because I don't know if what we did last weekend counts. Obviously, this wasn't planned, but my schedule got busy, and then I got sick. So that was not in the cards. But when life gives you lemons, we make lemonade. So here's lemonade. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. We'll open up with some of the Simcast games. And every game left has playoff implications in some way. I will point out, though, the Ravens-Bengals game is pretty irrelevant. So why don't we start there? And for the Simcast games, we'll just use the home team to save time. You better. We have plans for voice chat afterwards. Here's the thing. You might have to wait like 40 minutes. And then I'll probably be available. So the reason why this game I'm considering irrelevant, the Bengals are obviously out, even though they're in 89. Poor Bengals. But the Ravens are locked into the 5 seed. They cannot move up. They cannot move down. They are benching 70% of their starting lineup. So they really are not trying to win, which is understandable because they are locked into their current seed. One of the only teams in the league where that's the case. How are the Bengals in 89? Well, let me explain it like this. Their quarterback is slow as hell. His legs are made of tree stumps. That's why they have 6 wins, despite having, on paper, one of the 2 or 3 best rosters in the game at minimum. Maybe better. I think their defense is a 91. Ravens up 7-0 with Kyle Allen at quarterback. Yes, Kyle Allen. How is this team at 89 losing to backups? What is happening? Shame is out the window. We'll go a little slower. The Bengals aren't out of it yet. So there's a non-zero chance we see Jaime today. Yes. Okay, they got 3. Good team building. Oh, turnover. Okay, hello. The Bengals have a pulse. Do they get the 2? They do. We're not going to hop in yet. There's 6 minutes left. We have a launch stream. This game is pretty irrelevant. So we're going to simulate this drive, and we're going to reassess. If this was a super important game, maybe things would be different. Whoa, what a punt. Okay, with 3 minutes left, I think this is where we hop in. I don't think we've watched Bobby Strickland yet. This is going to be interesting. I said Bobby Strickland might be the second best quarterback in the class, and then he proceeded to look awful 2 weeks ago. So I take all of that back, and I'm expecting nothing. So he can't disappoint me. If I win, who do I need to lose? You'll need some combination of, like, the Riverhogs, the Raiders, maybe the Chiefs. We'll have to double check. I think the Hogs are playing the Black Knights, so they probably won't lose. But the Raiders are playing Carolina. The Chiefs are playing us. So if you win, there is a pretty feasible path for you to get in. I think for the Jets, it's a little bit easier. I don't think they need Kansas City to lose, which, on one hand, the Chargers should probably beat the Chiefs, but on the other hand, it's Simcast, and so I'm not counting my eggs until they hatch with the Chargers in Simcast. I've learned my lesson. I'm just trying to screw over Nick and it. So you're not even going for the number 1 pick anymore, because I saw you switched Tua to be the starting quarterback. Would this be his London debut? Has he played? I don't know if he's played. It's been a while, okay? In 2055, someone in this server runs for president. Who is most likely to be that person? That's honestly a good question. I'm not saying I would vote for this person, but with their history of foreign affairs, you might be higher on the list than people think. I think the better question is, who would I vote for? Who would I trust to run this country, other than none of you? But if I had to pick, excluding myself, because I don't think I would even want to do that, nor do I think I'd be very good at it. So I don't even think I'd be the right choice. I don't think I'd be one of the better choices at all. If I had to pick me, I'm him or whatever. I mean, compared to everybody else, sure. I'm on the Kevin bandwagon. He can chop meat better than other presidents. Although I saw this thing on Twitter today. It was like a polling of which of the two main presidential candidates would like do better in a hot dog eating contest or something. I forget the exact prompt, but it was something like that. I'd be one of the better choices. Absolutely not. No. No. I'm not trolling. I'd be a good candidate. You'd be better than Hector. I'll give you that. Robbed. I don't know, man. Kevin can chop sausages. So the Bengals are going for the win. Who's their kicker? He's a superstar. I don't think they've... No, Justin Tucker's on the Hogs. We have Evan McPherson. What other superstar kicker? Younghoe Koo? I'd vote Mr. Rob, SG, or Nick. Mr. Rob's a good choice. I feel like he would genuinely be a good president. Okay, I'm on board. Mr. Rob, Kevin Ticket, 2055. I'm in. Can I be like the secretary of like state or something? Can I have a little role? I don't want to be the big gun. I want to be one of the role players. I want to be the guy who you can park in the corner and you can depend on going 4 for 9 from 3. I don't need to be on the ball. I'd make for a solid president. You'd do better than a majority of us. I'll give you that. Ironic, the Ronald Reagan lover. I was 5, damn it. Kyle Allen's Hail Mary's not even close. He caught it. Okay, whoa, look at Kyle Allen's numbers. Good for him. Nonetheless, the Bengals, after trailing 14-0, come all the way back to beat the Ravens' backups. What an accomplishment. President Mr. Hector Estrada and Vice President Mr. Kanye West. Who would do a worse job of running the country? Hector or Kanye? I think that's actually a pretty serious question. Who would I rather be the president? Is it bad I would probably unironically rather Hector? Not by much. But if I had to pick, shout out Kyle Allen. Maybe the Ravens should start him in the playoffs. Just saying. Bobby Strickland. Not bad. Wrapping up his rookie year. Deontay Foreman. No! DK Metcalf played well. One of the few starters who actually played. I'm not sure why him in particular got run, but okay. Hopefully for his sake he didn't get hurt. First executive action. Ban anyone running for office if they're older than the average life expectancy of the state. Imagine if we had that law. That'd be slightly convenient for probably most people. I won't pick sides, but for most people, yeah. I think people would like that. All right. Where are we going next? Let's do the Dildos game, because the Dildos, they clinched their division. Yeah, they're playing for seeding. They can move theoretically up to 2, although they'll probably be at 4. We're most likely getting the Dildos and the Ravens in the first round, which would be a really good game. I have a hard time thinking that wouldn't be watched. My apologies to the Ravens in advance for that. But let's see where they are conference record-wise compared to us in the condoms. That's not the right conference. Okay. So they can theoretically move up to 2 or 3. Probably not 2. Well, I mean, if they win and the condoms lose, they get 3. If they win and we lose, then things get a little bit weirder, because our in-conference record is better. Let's hope we win and we don't have to worry about this. Not that, like, the difference between 2 or 3 matters in the slightest. Octi would make a solid secretary for education, I feel. I think the jokes with that you guys will be able to make are too easy. Hector's QB is Dak. He is Justin Herbert. I know, it's been a while. It's fine. It's easy to forget things. I was very confused for a second. I was like, am I forgetting something? But no, Dak is on the Bulls. Right? No, he's on the Cow. I'm stupid. See, I forgot. He's on Dallas. It happens. Clearly. That's the wrong button. There we go. I think a Dildo Raven playoff game would be fun. I kind of want to see it. So I guess in that case, it would be easier if the Blues lost. Or if the Blues won. So I guess go Blues. Doesn't look like the Blues are going to win, as we kind of expected. Am I nothing to you guys? Apparently, sorry. 17-7, Dildos are looking good. Okay, this game looks like it's over. All right, the Dildos win 24-7, so they can move up to 2 or 3. It looks like they want to avoid the Ravens, which I would probably rather play one of the other wildcard teams in Baltimore, so I get it. I want you to join my cabinet as the Secretary of Treasury. That's money, right? I don't think you want me for that at all. For your own sake, no. What has Dak's journey been so far? So he started with you, right? He started with you. Where was he last year? Before the Bulls. Oh, he started with the Jets. See? I'm slow. He started with the Jets. Tua started in Dallas. Dear God, Jared Goff, what happened? Dak started with the Jets. He was there the whole year. And then, so he was there for a while. And then was it just Bulls and then Dallas? Is his journey like that unexciting? Compared to like Denzel Ward and all them? What is going on, Jax and C-Mail? Welcome on in, gentlemen. Big game for Hassan Reddick and then the 2 rookies. Coleman Mios and Tyson Tyler, sack and a half each. He was a Husky for a day. I know he was in like 3 vetoed trades. How about the Speaker of the House? What does the Speaker of the House do other than like deliver speeches? Because I am a pretty good public speaker. Talking into a microphone for 8 years gets you pretty used to this. But what else? What else does Nancy do or did? I don't think she still has that role anymore. Can we please not do our game? Okay, fair enough. All right, what is our next kind of irrelevant game? Let's do the Bears. I think that's the last game that's like that doesn't really matter, other than like seeding. Seeding is important. Octi, the new Mike Johnson. I feel like I vaguely know that name. That sounds so like white trash. Is he white trash? I bet. Anyway, NFC. So the Niners can clinch 1. The only other team who can theoretically get the 1 seed is the Eagles. The Bears can jump between 2 and 4. They're fighting with the Eagles and the Panthers for those spots. The Eagles and Panthers both have tough games. The Eagles are playing Dallas, who's playing for wild card seeding. And the Panthers are playing the Raiders, who are playing for a wild card spot. The Raiders are winning in. Mike Johnson is the current speaker. I thought that was somebody else. Huh. Oh, well. Maybe not. Please do Jets, Huskies, watch first. I don't want to hate. Hate what? Oh, it's snowing! How is the Panthers matchup not tough? Like, obviously the Panthers are better than the Raiders, but the Raiders are winning in, losing out, because one of the Jets and Huskies are going to pass them if they lose. So the Raiders are playing with their season on the line, and they're a half-decent team. So that in itself makes it a tough matchup. I'm rooting for every good NFC team. I mean, how does, like, other than the Eagles, I don't think any of these games affect you. Like, this game, I mean, you can root against the Bears because you don't like them. I mean, I'm not going to stop you. Jets and Huskies tie. Well, then they both pass you. That would be the worst case scenario. Although I guess it wouldn't matter. Only one of them would need to pass you. Because the Hogs would still have 9 wins. Look at Detroit. Okay. He's not from the... Oh, he's from... Okay. I see what you're saying. He's not from, like... Spell Joe Burrow with an X, Louisiana. He's... I got it. Spolk doesn't deserve it. I guess I agree because I'd rather play the Jets. Okay, hold on. What am I doing? Let's slow down. Let's hop in. I don't know why I was going so fast. That's my bad. So the Lions scored. We have to watch the Bears offense. Guys, shield your eyes. Hector Turkey Estrada at quarterback. He's going to run with it. Does he know how to slide? Well, not on that play. Instead, he takes a hit. Bears have all their timeouts, though. They can comfortably, likely have themselves in third, most likely with a win. I guess they could still get fourth. You're a lonely, sad individual. Wow, the hating's crazy. Hector under pressure. Throws it up with 3 guys in his face. Pause. 8 for 18, 118 yards and a touchdown. That's a lot of 8s and 1s. Shout out Megatron. Play action. I don't know who you're faking. There's watch game Dulcich to the 29. He had like 5 dudes. He had 5 dudes on top of him just pounding him. No diddy. Hector's looking for the end zone. He's got his man for a score. McCole Hardman with the touchdown, and the Bears can tie it. They're not going to. Wow. They're going for 2. We saw this in the playoff game last year. It didn't work with the Falcons and the Niners, but Bijan gets it in for 8 points, and the Bears take the lead. Megatron on the 2007 Patriots or Dion on the 1999 Rams? Megatron on the 07, like, if you're talking prime Megatron, then yeah, that's the answer. That's the best team in the history of the NFL. If you're talking 2007 Megatron, then the answer might be different because he's a rookie. Here's Sasquatch Knuts on the return. Detroit has 3 timeouts for Mr. Cutlet Man, Tommy DeVito. That's what you got to do against division rivals. Flex on them. All they need is a field goal, theoretically. They've got their timeouts. Here's a start. Rod God. Chris Godwin. I'll let you decide. Well, I like Prime Megatron, so that's my answer. It would kill me to see him in a New England jersey. Oh, wide open! They're in field goal range. I would not run another play. Actually, they have a timeout. Yeah, I would. Best team in the history of the NFL didn't. I'm saying if they had Prime Megatron, they would be. Okay, now you take the points. Don't get cute. It's not a gimme because it's snowing, I feel like. 43-yarder for the win. And to knock the Bears down a peg, which would make it kind of likely we could have a Bears-Cowboys first round if Dallas keeps the 5. Bears did all that just to lose. What a shame. Assuming he makes it. It's 43, so he should, but again, it is snowing. And the kick is good. And the Lions lead by 3. It's Cameron Dicker, the kicker. Dragon legend. Todd cannot escape the Cowboys. Another Todd playoff loss to Dallas would be a little bit funny. I can't lie. Can I sign Jake Bates? Unfortunately, he's not in the game. He'll be in the game next year when he's on the Lions. But he's not in the game now, as far as I'm aware. And that'll do it. No kick return touchdown. The Lions beat the Bears. So this opens the door for Carolina to move up to 3. We could be looking at a Panthers-Caps first-round matchup if the Panthers and Caps win. Both quarterbacks have pretty even passer ratings, even though their stats really couldn't have been farther apart. Nobody really stood out on offense for either team. A lot of sacks. Dear God. Who had the big numbers? I see 3 for Josh Allen, 2 for Cam Sample, 1 for TJ Watt and Devontae Wyatt. Oh, that's not Cam Dicker. Why did I think his name said Dicker? Joey Sly doesn't even look like... Sly and Dicker don't even look similar. Oh, wait, no, they have Butker. I'm slow. Butker, Dicker... Actually, I guess there's a similarity there. Because, you know what I'm saying. Jerry Rice on the 1978 Steelers or Randy Moss on the 85 Bears? That's a good question. I would probably pick the Steelers. Okay, do we have any other game where it's really only important for one team? I would say the Caps fits that bill, the Giants, the Bulls. When do we want to watch our first game as well? The Hogs, that's true. I forgot about the Hogs. Would it make more sense to start with the Giants game or the Bulls? Because the Giants are 7, the Bulls are 8. Where would it be more climactic? I feel like it'd be more climactic to start with the Bulls. We're going to do the Bulls, then the Giants, then I think we move to watch. Does anybody strongly object? I know everyone wants their game, which I understand. But does anyone strongly object to that making sense? How about that? I think MP might be cooking. The Bulls are a 77. The Bengals are an 89. Guess who's better? Quarterback play matters. I will say that. I believe in Octi. See, I like the faith. That's the best response. Can the Bulls go to 7? I think they can. We'll double-check the tiebreaker if the Bulls win. But I think they can move to 7. And if not, then this game doesn't matter. But I think it does. Is this a watch game or a sim so I can take my voluntary shower? Okay, I know there's a chance we could be watching the Jets Huskies in 5 minutes, but I also want Hector to not be in the shower for 5 minutes. Because I don't trust him. The Bulls are getting slaughtered. Don't tell PETA. So the Giants might make the playoffs without the result of their game even mattering. I was going to say Denver hurting their draft position is good news, but they don't have any picks. Or at least any valuable ones. So what should I do? You should go in the shower. Big stop. Romeo Okwara with the sack. We're going to keep simming for now. Jeez, this offense is pathetic. 4th and 1. They punt down at the 5. Now it's at the 2. 3rd and 5. They get it. Deontay Johnson for 23. But go in the shower. 1st and 20. On Paris Johnson with the penalty. Incomplete or thrown away. Why are they throwing the ball? Run the ball. Okay, they get 14 for Njoku. So the Bulls are going to get the ball. 2-minute warning. Their season is on the line. It's up to Niles to put them in the playoffs. Is Niles worthy of leading his team to the spot? Get it? Play on words. That was not a good throw. I've skipped toilet breaks for OFL. Why? Just go to the bathroom. This is important, but it's not that important. You can live without me. You just did for 2 weeks. Well, minus the 18-minute stream we had a few days ago. But that's a Mickey Mouse stream. Denver got this in the bag. Dear God. Jesus Christ, that was a Kevin in real life throw. Was that a Kevin in real life catch? That was right in his hands. I get he had two guys jar it out, but I don't know. Be grateful you have such a dedicated fan like me. Okay, I'll say this. It's nice having dedicated fans, but there's crossing the line into glazing territory. If you gotta go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. And for Christ's sakes, keep yourself clean. Good stop by Denver. Was the games right? He might have been right. A broken clock is right twice a day. The game's thoughts on Scott Foster's performance yesterday. Oh, Lord. Surely this will go well. So even though Denver is only up by 6, they have it in field goal range. So unless they turn the ball over, they should be fine. The only time I'd go in the shower is if Octi has... See, that's a problem. Go in the shower. Now. Niles is a bump. Please respect my king as of, like, week 4. I haven't really researched Scott Foster. Oh, boy, you have some homework to do, buddy. Kenneth Walker in for the touchdown. I think we can simcast now. The Huskies will tie. I think that actually helps the Jets. Because the Jets are ahead of the Huskies. And they would pass the Raiders if they lost. So I feel like a tie in that game is not entirely far off from the Jets winning. Now, I guess if Tennessee or Kansas City wins, then maybe not. I take that back. But if both Kansas City and the Titans lose, then a Jets tie is basically a Jets win. How does it feel to be Hector's secondary father? I don't like it. I don't want to be his secondary father. Find God. How about that? Well, now we won't tie. Now there's still suspense. I wish there was a scenario that the Jets and Huskies could make the playoffs, like the Raiders and Chargers game that one year, where the Chargers could have just, like, not been stupid, but Brandon Staley had to get cute, and they couldn't get in the playoffs. That was funny. Niles Worthy was arguably better than Anthony Richardson. Kenneth Walker with a big game. Big reason why Denver won, knocking the Bulls out of the playoffs. And with that, our 7 spots in the NFC are locked. There goes the Broncos draft pick. Who's going to tell them? Who even has Denver's pick? I don't remember. Because they sent their picks around like a blunt. What contract did not... Oh, he got a lot. I haven't put the re-signings in, which I have a plan for that to do it before the playoffs. You'll see. I'll explain. So now that means the Steelers-Giants game is pretty unimportant. The Caps are in. The Giants are in. Everybody else is out. So our 7 teams in the NFC are locked. The Niners, Eagles, Bears, Panthers, Cowboys, Caps, and Giants are going to the playoffs. We might as well get the Caps game done as well. How much is a lot? Is very player-friendly considered a lot? Because I think it's that. Did we watch the Panthers already? We have not yet. The NFC is so bad. Imagine not being in the real conference. There's a reason why the Dildos beat the NFC representative last year. Just saying. The AFC's 7th seed beat an NFC... I almost said division winner, but they weren't. They beat the NFC representative in the OFL Bowl. So the Giants are now in the playoffs, so this game's now kind of unimportant for them. But seeding, they can move up to 6 or even 5. So this game still matters a little bit. Not as much as it did, with some help from the Broncos. But it's not unimportant. We don't have to mention that. I'm trying to trash the NFC, not you, to be fair. 7-3 Giants lead. Okay, still a 4-point game. Are we going to get a Jaime Calhoun legacy drive? No. Giants are marching. Giants are in. 11-point game. Steelers are moving quick. Real quick. It does not look like they get the 2, though. But it does look like they'll get a stop. Jalen Carter with a sack. Incomplete. We're hopping in. Our game next. Take your goddamn shower. And then we can talk about your game. Deal? Let's see what Jaime can do. With great field position, past the 50. I'm curious to see how much he scrambles. This should be interesting. Denario Hopkins is hurt, one of their rookie receivers. Not quite as good as Jaleel Jefferson, who's going to be an Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate, but still pretty good. I'm typing with wet fingers. Good. Aura Calhoun. Is Aura 5-11? Is Aura playing quarterback for Mario Cristobal? You wonder why Jaime Calhoun isn't developed? That's why. He played at the University of Miami. I saw something today that said Mario Cristobal took in like more cash this year than any other college sports coach. All that for 7 wins and no team development. That's crazy. At least he can recruit. 328 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. That's pretty on brand. Aura has a great aura to lead the Steelers to the Octi Bowl. Well, does that really count as a DeGames curse? Because it's like, they're 5-11. So, I mean, can we really give DeGames credit? I don't think we can give him credit. Cristobal is the most overrated coach ever. I would agree, but I feel like people have come around to the fact that he's not good. But for those who think he is good, boy, do I have something to tell you. I can't believe I was sad that he left. I guess I was worried about the recruiting, which unironically has probably gone up. I don't even know if I would say Justin Herbert carried him because he made Herbert look not that good. Remember when everybody thought Justin Herbert was going to be a bust? That was his fault. He made Justin Herbert look bad. Not even Brandon Staley could do that. Good run as well by Jaime Calhoun. Showing off the wheels. What is the Jaime Calhoun player comp? Unironically, how do we feel about Jaden Daniels? I'm just saying. I'm not a huge Jaden Daniels guy, so that's probably an insult. But still, I think there's some similarities. Mobile quarterback, exciting arm, not all that polished as a passer. As Angelo Alvarado gets the 2-point conversion. I don't want to compare him to like Lamar Jackson, because that's not fair. He's not built like Kyler. I think he's bigger. Jaden Daniels is also like not big. Jaden Daniels is built kind of like Puma, unironically. I think Puma's taller. Puma's 6'5". Daniels, I don't think is 6'5". But Jaden Daniels will soon get into dogfighting. Jaden Daniels is the next Tua. In what way? I don't think there's a single similarity, other than that they played in the SEC. I don't see any similarities in the slightest. Daniel should be the number 1 pick. We need Christ. Touch a book, touch grass, and seek Jesus. Warren Flowers player comp, Alpo player comp, Calhoun, NDJ, Bobby Strickland. What's Bobby Strickland? Bobby Strickland is Tom Brady, but if Tom Brady didn't have his like all-world mindset. Am I wrong? What about NDJ's Will Levis? Because Will Levis is like, he's not that good, but he's a dog. He's scrappy. You want to like him. You want to believe in him. Or at least that's how I feel about Will Levis. Warren Flowers, I guess, is like, He's more physically talented than like Joe Burrow, but he's not at the level of like the Josh Allens and the Justin Herberts of the world. So where's like the middle ground? 4th and 7, sack for Jermaine Johnson. Big Ben, I guess, kind of works. I feel like Trevor Lawrence is probably too high on the physical spectrum. Actually, no, Warren Flowers is a cannon. Scratch that. I would say, I guess I have to pick like Mahomes. Maybe Caleb Williams. Caleb doesn't have an arm like those guys, but he's not that far off. And then what about Alpo? What's Alpo's throw power? He's accurate, he's steady, he's really good right off the bat. What about, this might seem rich. What about like a Walmart Andrew Luck? He's not Andrew Luck, at least yet. I mean, to be fair, he has a chance to win the MVP, but the only similarity of Bobby and Tom is that they're both slow. Well, that's a pretty similar similarity. Don't insult Caleb and Patrick. I'm happy to insult Caleb. He's a rival now. Interesting game from Jaime Calhoun. Eagles fan Jr. was honestly not that good. So the Giants are pretty much locked into 7. So, bearing a surprise, there's a good chance we're looking at a first-round matchup between the Giants. Oh my god, Jamal Adams had all 3. That's a bad look, Jaime. Jamal Adams can't cover. But there's a good chance we have the Giants-Eagles first round. Hovey versus Crack. I'm interested. Unless the Eagles get 1. Bobby has a rocket arm and is a spotty passer. I must have gotten them mixed up then. So, let me think. Cannon arm, nothing else. Literally. I think there aren't many guys who have, like... I can't say, like, Joe Milton, because he's athletic. Joe Milton obviously does not have 35 speed. Not even close. Baker's too athletic. I don't think that's fair to Baker. All right, let's do the Caps and Seahawks, and then we can start watching. Jamarcus Russell. Spencer Rattler. That's unironically not terrible. I feel like you can do worse than that. I feel like there's probably a better one, but that's not the worst. Dan's is Thanos. What couldn't he do? So with the Bulls and the Giants losing, the Caps, who were not locked into a playoff spot today, can now no longer be lower than 6. They'll be 5 or 6, most likely 6, but they can theoretically move up to 5 with a win and a Dallas loss. And the Dallas plays the Eagles, so that's very much in the realm of possibility. I like Rattler as a high-end backup. That's probably how Bobby Strickland should be too. But yeah, it's like a 4th rounder. I don't mind Spencer Rattler at all. Seven. What if Warren Flowers like goes off and then his numbers look good? That would be funny. Well, so far they're winning. Don't insult Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs isn't very good. I hate to tell you, because he seems like a cool guy. Don't diss my quarterback. He has a top 3 roster in the game and barely beat the Ravens' backups. I will be happy to diss him. You had a hard on Kellen Mond. I'm not getting QB comparisons from you. In his defense, look, it happens. I really like Dorian Thompson-Robinson. It happens. I didn't say Dorian Thompson-Robinson should, like, go in the first 2 rounds, but I believed in him. I had him equal to Hendon Hooker, which more so is that I didn't really like Hendon Hooker, but that's besides the point. Hendon Hooker's on my team. Who got the last laugh? Joe Flacco's honestly kind of a good one. I can see that. 4th and 2. Do they kick? They do. There's 3 minutes. Let's hop in. What's the question? We were looking at QB comparisons for the quarterbacks in the first OFL class. And Bobby Strickland's the weird one because, well, he's a weird player. The guy I used to really love was Baker Mayfield. I don't think I've hated a prospect more than Baker Mayfield. Which, I feel like, in hindsight, I was more wrong than right with him. I'm not going to take the credit for him not being worth the number one pick. I'm going to chalk that up as an L rather than a win. That was also 6 years ago. I know more ball than I did in 2018. 3rd and 14, screen for... Is that Damian Harris? I thought I saw him a second ago. They also have DeAndre Swift, because they traded Brian Robinson for him. That is Damian Harris. They're going to punt it. Warren Flowers legacy drive. Bobby Strickland is 2010 Big Ben passing with 2020 Big Ben speed. And 2020 Big Ben's accuracy. Who are the Pistons picking? We're dropping to 5, and we're picking Modest Buzelis because he would be... Why am I blanking on the word? He would be the nepotism pick. Because his agent, I think, is related to one of the bigwigs in our organization. And that matters for Troy Weaver because he loves his Nepo babies. Pistons taking Ron Holland. I would be mixed on that because I'm higher on him than most people, but he also isn't really a good fit for the roster. And I think given the draft class this year, I think fit matters a lot more than in the past. Like, if this was 2 years ago, I could have lived with that. But we need pure compliments for Mr. Cunningham. Ron Holland can't shoot, and the problem is, every other piece of the young core, for now, because I don't know if any of those other 3 are safe, they can't shoot. Take Zesty Westy from Duke. That would be cool if we, moved back. I don't know what we'd get in a trade back, but that'd be fun. A Cade Cunningham, Jared McCain backcourt would have so much aura. I'm sorry. That's too smart of a pick for you guys. Well, not with our new president of basketball operations, Mr. No Name, who hopefully will be making the decisions for us and not the goobers we have. Hawks getting cooked after. I almost picked the Hawks. I'm happy I switched. I also almost picked the Kings. So, I guess you give one, you take one. The NBA class is so bad, I'm starting to believe that it's not that bad. Let's slow down. Zach Edey is not a top 5 player in the class. Let's slow down. There are some redeeming players here, and there's probably going to be guys who we don't expect, like Giannis in 2013 and Rudy Gobert, and to a lesser extent CJ McCollum, who outperform our expectations. Even if the top of the class is mid, there's going to be 2 or 3 guys picked outside the top 7 who end up being quite good. Put Cade in the weight room and some 5 guys and make him run the 3. That's not the worst idea. When he played off the ball, he was honestly pretty good. I'm still not sure if that's the best use of his skill set, but I don't hate having him switch on and off. Especially if his pairing with Jaden Ivey can work, which is looking less and less likely by the day. As Seattle takes the lead, don't disrespect Edey. He'll be a quality backup big. Yeah, with the 5th pick. Alex Len 2.0. Alex Len isn't 7'4", though, but you get what I'm trying to say. Sixers are upsetting the Knicks. Who's going to tell them? I need him in OKC. Well, yeah, but he's not a top 5 player. Let's calm down. Let's slow the phones. Wow, what a great final play. Alex Len is still in the league. He also wasn't worth a top 5 pick. I'm sorry. If he was picked at 20, he would have had a successful career. But he was picked at 5. There's a difference. Zach Edey would quite literally be D3 if he was 6'10". I think that's unfair. But because, if every other player was 6 inches shorter, they would be so much worse. I get Zach Edey. Nice game from Warren Flowers, minus the picks. I get that, Zach Edey is a little bit taller than everybody else, but if every other good player was 6 inches shorter, they probably wouldn't be very good, with some exceptions. So we can have Dillingham on the Magic. That'd be fun. I'm trying to talk myself into a Rob Dillingham, Cade Cunningham backcourt because Rob Dillingham played at Kentucky. He played with John Calipari. He's a lock to be a good player. I would rather, like, a good player rather than, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I would rather a good player even if it's not a perfect fit. I know I just said 5 minutes ago that fit's going to be important for us, but, like, a Rob Dillingham, Cade Cunningham backcourt, I'm just saying, I'm in. All right, let's finally watch some football. So, do we start with the Jets and the Huskies, or do we begin with the Panthers and the Raiders? I feel like we have to start with the Jets and Huskies, because if the Raiders win, they're both out. So we have to do the Jets and the Huskies first. Let me be 7-4. Here's the thing. There's this thing called luck. Zach Edey got lucky. Okay? We can't get mad at him for getting lucky. Lands on 1. That would be, I think, the Jets. Yeah. My history teacher was an assistant coach at IMG when Edey was there, and he was super raw at the time. And now, yeah, I don't think he like played really at all there, or very limited, which is weird because now he's the best player in the country. Yes, I can because I'm a hater. Fair enough. I won't argue against that. All right, Jets want the whites. This one? With the white uniforms? Or the white uniform? Well, thanks, Sherlock. The white helmets. These ones. Edey didn't play basketball until 16. That makes a lot of sense. I feel like I vaguely remember that, but that makes a lot of sense. I could see him being like Isaiah Hartenstein. Yeah, but Isaiah Hartenstein, he's got a little more, what's the word? He's got a little more aura to him. We'll use the word aura. Oh, you want the current away uniforms? Over these? I don't know about that choice. Do you mean the current away ones as in these? Or the alternate classics? Because those are now the Jets away uniforms, technically speaking. Hartenstein has some spice. That's the word. And then what do we want for the Huskies? We have, well, we can't really do white. So is it blue or gray? As my controller chooses to spaz out. Let's try this again. Blue? Gray. I feel like the baby blue goes a little bit hard. That's my vote. Alex Sarr could be a mix between Aaron Gordon and Jonathan Isaac. Aaron Gordon's like one of the 5 or 6 best athletes in the league. I think that's a little bit too far. Isaac, I can kind of see what you're saying. I don't know about Aaron Gordon, though. $26. Oh, so I have to go back and fix it again. Woohoo. We want... Let's try it again. Okay. Yes. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Raps pick falling to 7 kickstarts the next dynasty. You'll get Reed Shepherd and you'll like it. And you probably will like it. Good player. Can't see Sarr being anything super special, but he's solid. I'm curious what the ceiling with him is. Because, like, it's another year where we have a unicorn big man probably going number 1. But obviously he's not Wemby. And Chet's probably a better prospect as well. But what's the ceiling for Mr. Sarr? Because everybody talks down upon this class. But, like, if Alex Sarr is, like, an all-star by year 3, then where's the dialogue? Jared McCain is going to be either Minnesota Mike Conley or Jalen Brunson. If I'm getting Minnesota Mike Conley at pick 10, that's a win. Minnesota Mike Conley is like the most underrated player in the league, and I will die on this hill. If you're telling me the range of outcomes for him is Minnesota Mike Conley and Jalen Brunson, I would have him at minimum 2, maybe 1. I bet on NBL. Okay, Jonte. So I get to watch Sar. He is not that athletic. Certainly not Aaron Gordon, because Aaron Gordon's a different cat. Jets losing in style. Those uniforms are hard as hell. I saw some people on the internet saying that they're worse than the current ones. I think the current ones are overhated. I think they're better than the last uniforms that the Jets had, but the new ones are fire. I don't see how people dislike them. The helmet goes super well with it too. The green helmet for the Jets, I think, is so much better than the white one, in my opinion. Valanciunas floor, but I don't know about the ceiling. If you're getting Jonas Valanciunas at 1, again, what's the dialogue? Because you're getting like a close to 15-year starter. You can't really be too mad about that. Unless the other guys in the top 5 are really good. Like at the top of this class is as bad as people think. If having a Jonas Valanciunas level player with the first pick, you can do better, but you can do worse. He's had some good years. Y'all know about Dink Pate? Is that how you say his name? Doesn't he want to enter at like 17 because the G League Ignite is no longer existing because they're bad? Good luck to him. I don't think that waiver's going to work. How about John Isaac and Bam Adebayo? Alex Sarr has some offense to him, though. He can space the floor a little bit. Those guys can't really space the floor. He has more offensive upside than them. And I don't think defensively... Like, Jonathan Isaac and Bam Adebayo are all defensive-level guys. I feel like that's a little bit too much expectation to put on him in a league that now has Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama. But I see what you're trying to get at. 4th and 1. Nick Chubb gets it. Good play. Thanks for the stream today. You're the man. You're welcome. If Magic and Jordan are on the same team in their prime, that's a lot of aids. But their center and power forward is trash. How many games did they win? Probably about 65. It's basketball, not baseball. They can handle it. LeBron and Anthony Davis won nearly 50 this year. I'm just saying. The young G League guys being on one team was stupid. That's honestly a good take. They had other like veterans on that team to like help them, so it's not like they only had 20-year-olds on the roster. That would have been really stupid. But I don't entirely disagree with your point. I think that would have made sense. We are done with the 90s. Okay, champ. From the 10. Nick Chubb, is he in? Yes, he is. What a drive for Nick Chubb. 4th down conversion. Powers his way through for a touchdown. I will say, though, even though I don't love the Jets' white helmets, I will say this uniform combo is incredibly good. I feel like the helmet itself isn't that great. The white uniforms are fine. They're not as good as the new white uniforms. But these all together just fit. I got a little thing called school tomorrow. Boo. Lame. Just kidding. Kids, stay in school. Have a good night, Jax. Nick Chubb, Octie's running back. I forgot. No. Let's slow down. I thought the dialogue was Nick Chubb and Josh Jacobs. Not Sean Tucker. What are we doing? The real dialogue is Nick Chubb versus the friends we made along the way. MLB, we are done with the 90s would be so funny because Randy Johnson was throwing 102 mile an hour frisbees at the hitters. I read that wrong at first. Reading is hard. Working on my Water of the Gate project. I don't need to sleep. Based. Who needs sleep? Shout out Richard Nixon. Joe Mixon in OFL 24 is second in rushing yards behind Sean Tucker. So that would mean Sean Tucker's first. If you want to argue Mixon second, that's fine. Be my guest. I won't go at you because This cycle alone, he's been at minimum like 3 or 4, maybe 2. Need Bears Herbert to show up. Charles Barkley had a back. Yeah, Charles Barkley was like 6'5". He wasn't that tall. Rewatching Scottie Pippen is like watching Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson was supposed to be so good. I'm so sad that he's a bust. Not just because he went to Kansas, although that helps. For one thing, he was a monster at Kansas. Probably the best one-and-done season I've seen from a Jayhawk as a fan. Not counting Embiid and Wiggins, because, like, I wasn't a diehard then, so that doesn't really count. I was just getting into them at the time. But freshman Josh Jackson was so good. He was supposed to be so good in the league. What a shame. Charles Barkley is in fact 6'5", yes. What a catch! Greg Dortch, 5'6", says, "You can't guard me." Did he just moss a guy at 5'6"? Who did he moss? That's embarrassing. Oh, he didn't moss him. The ball just went right through Marcus Williams' hands. So that wasn't even that good of an offensive play. That was just awful defense. Marcus Williams made a perfect play on the ball, made the correct angle. He didn't even drop it. It just went right through. I'm not giving Justin Herbert credit. That was a stupid throw. And Greg Dortch wasn't touched. I'm not giving him credit either. That was not good offense. I'm sorry. I'm here. Rewind about 30 seconds. Oh, look at this! On the kick return! The Jets are going to get their points right back! Ball don't lie! A kick return touchdown! Who's 82? Are we not getting the name? I need to see who that is. Oh, now we have to wait for 30 seconds. Phenomenal. Thanks, EA. Velus Jones. I'm surprised Velus Jones, like, had enough energy to take it all the way. He's so old. Shaq, but he's 10 foot, but he only plays half the season. Or Curry, but he makes every 3, but he misses every 2. This question depends on one simple answer. Does Curry know his power? Does he know that he makes every 3 and misses every 2? Because if that's the case, the answer is Curry. Without question. No, that was Xavier Gibson. Jets legend. You guys think Velus Jones, at 40 years old, can take that all the way? Actually, I have a second question regarding your thing, Denmark. Is Shaq available in the playoffs? Well, there's the interception. Doesn't go through his hands this time. Chidobe Awuzie with the pick. And the Jets get it back. Respect Tennessee legend. I will not respect him. He's not good. He was never even that good in college. Where was he before Tennessee? Was it USC? It was USC. Velus Jones was in college for 6 years, and he had 1,400 yards. Stop it. Dude got drafted as a senior citizen. He was born the same month as A.J. Brown. Okay, well, there's a play. Loss of 10. Max Crosby leads the way. We'll have us start warming up. Okay, they get some yards back with Chubb. Because Lord no Cocky's not running for those extra yards. When I'm in a knowing what to do in the pocket challenge and my opponent is Cocky Butt Cannon. 3rd and 13, incomplete. That was not a bad throw. Good defense, though. Stop dissing Velas. Velas sucks. Ryan Poles. That was Ryan Poles. Yeah, that would have been 2022, which was Poles. Ryan Poles disaster class. Hate to see it. Oh, no. I'm so sad. Bro played a game in the Obama administration. Exactly. See what I mean? Why is it not snowing in Canada? Because it doesn't snow 365 days a year. It snows often, but I don't think it snows every day in Canada in the winter. You can out-tell Curry at halftime when he forgets about his power or you automatically lose. Oh, well in that case I want Shaq. If Shaq plays half the playoffs, then we're good. Did we lose? You almost won, but you lost. Congrats on the 5 seed. We're in December. Why is it not snow? First of all, we're in January. Second of all, it doesn't snow every day that it's cold. There needs to be precipitation for there to be snow. It also needs to be less than 32 degrees, which is pretty likely. But still, it doesn't precipitate every day. So it's probably freezing up there, but it doesn't snow every day in Canada. Please don't tell me you thought that. Oh, there's a big play! Dak has a wide open man, and the Huskies get some points back with Noah Brown. This has been quite the quarter. 17-14. Is Kyle Allen a dog? Yes. Kyle Allen is him. He had a passer rating of like 140. All right, let's look up Toronto. Toronto average snowfall. $47. That is a lot. Let's look by month. I should probably look up like the Toronto Wikipedia. Let's try that. That was ballsy cocky. Heh, get it? No? Okay. Okay, Toronto. That can't be right. 37 inches in that's not right. There's no shot. Average precipitation days, 15. So that's like half the days. So there, in that case, I'm right. It doesn't snow every day. It doesn't precipitate every single day. Biden on the 1972 Lakers or Trump on the 1974 Bucks? Are we getting Biden and Trump in their physical primes? Or are we getting them now? I mean, I guess they're both pretty old now, so it doesn't really matter. Say what you want about them as presidents, but if I need a basketball player, Donald Trump's a big dude. So just based on the size, because he's 6'3", I think. He's at least now he's big. But I don't know how big he would have been back then, but he's probably at least like 215. That's an NBA combo guard. That's an NBA guard. You're getting them in their 70s form. Yeah, 6'3", 215? Sure. What would he be good at? I don't know, but he's got some size. Have you seen Obama? Well, that wasn't the question. Obama's got a slinger shooting the ball. I'm picking him now over both of them in their physical primes. He could sling it, but he wasn't in the question. There's a nice play. Christian Kirk. Trump distributing the ball. They had Oscar Robertson. Trump can play off the ball. They have Oscar. There's Kirk again. To the 10. Abe Lincoln against Hulk Hogan at 70 in wrestling. Who wins? Are we getting Abe Lincoln like prime Abe Lincoln or Abe Lincoln with a bullet in his head? Why does Christian Kirk have superstar? Because he's a slot merchant? Respect Christian Kirk, by the way. Good player. 3rd and 2. Chubb in the zone. Gets the first down. $74 also had that sniper. His name I forget. But the 2 times that I've played with them, he's filthy. How many versions of you do you need to take down John Jones? That's a good question. I would say probably, if I want to be realistic, over under 25. That might not be enough. I feel like 25 is like a lot, though. Speaking of 25, one less than that's 24. Nick Chubb, number 24, is giving the Jets 24 points. Is Oscar White Little Jaw? Yes. That's the white sniper, Oscar Robertson. How many versions of you do you need to take me down? Probably about 4, which is still a lot. For one person, that's a lot. Maybe 3. I don't think 2 does the trick. I think it has to be at least 3. Probably 4. No, not Bob Dandridge. He's worse than that. Known white man, Oscar Robertson. Are we sure he's not Bob Cousy in disguise? Me versus Little John wrestling. Who wins? Little John's dominating. I'm sorry. Boink. Caught out of bounds. Never mind. He's Vlack. John McLaughlin. Yes, because he had a Glock. The way he was sniping it. What is... Oh, my! Here's a big play for Toronto. What a weird game this has been. Whose face scan is that? Oh, that's Gasecki. That looked like Dallas Goedert, but Goddard's on my team. That's obviously not him. And they don't have Mark Andrews, so... That was the other guy it looked like. I can win. I can hit hard. I doubt it. I've got to be honest. Isaiah Pacheco is hurt. Oh, that's not good for them. That's the wrong button. That's also the wrong button, but F it, we ball. I faced a 6'2 Samoan and a 6'3 black guy who's wrestled for 4 years. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy hanging out on your back. 3rd and 3. The glorious King Pacheco is hurt. No need to watch anymore. Doing tricks on it, I see. Pick that Ernest. He's not playing against Tajay Spears. Not Tajay Spears. Tajay Sharp. So he's actually a normal football player. Zip! Nice throw. This is not Bears Justin Herbert. Holy cow. He's got Debo, Charger legend. Now at the 1. They're getting close. How tall and big is Little Joe? I don't know his size, but... Whoa, pause. No diddy. Here's a big play. Kyron Williams loses 6. That looks like Trey Hendrickson, because he's white. Was Justin really the problem? I don't know, maybe. It's also 1/2. 3rd and goal. Herbert's got his man for a touchdown. Greg Dortch. His second. 24-21 in the first half. He's 13. So is Denmark. Octi is the diddler. How? I said no Diddy. Do you guys know what no Diddy? No means no. No means no, Terrence Shannon. Christian Kirk loses a yard. Your past messages, yeah, those are quotes out of context. Doesn't count. Jet sweeps. The OFL 22 Browns are back. No means no, Deshaun. Octi was definitely the diddler for Halloween. Do you guys know what no Diddy means? There's a no in there. I didn't say yes, Diddy. I said no, Diddy. Max Crosby with the sack. Again, when I'm in a knowing what to do with a pocket challenge, and my opponent is cocky butt cannon. Who's worse, Diddy or R. Kelly? I don't know their exact crimes. I'm not comparing. This is a lose-lose situation. I'm not answering. I've been trapped. Chubb was in the zone and we ran it with him exactly 0 times. It's the anti-Chargers. Here's a nice little play for a first down. Noah Brown again. Can I get this sniper quote? I need a reason to say it. And then if there is, then yes. Secondary is not, except for Chidobe. He had the pick. Respect Chidobe. Actually, never mind. I want him on my team. He can go with the rest. P. Diddy did that. Low-key sounds like Octi. Do you think I did that? It appears we need to have a dialogue here, guys. Out of context quotes turn into that. We need to touch grass. All of us collectively. AP Physics wants me to pull a Kurt Cobain. Well, I don't know what you're implying, but if it's bad, that's your own fault for picking AP Physics. Off of the Trey Hendrickson sack, the Huskies are going to punt it. We're actually getting some defense now. Where's that been all day? And they will start at the 20. Octi doesn't know about Kurt. He shot himself with a shotgun. Okay, so then my point stands. You did that to yourself by picking AP Physics. Why? You did it to yourself. You have nobody else to blame. Flag on the play. Holding. First down, which looked like around a gain of 10, will instead be a loss of 10. Thanks to Tevin Jenkins. Chubb is still in the zone. Max Crosby's in the zone as well. I thought it was going to... You thought AP Physics was going to be easy. Who told you that? Well, they're going to get their first down and then some anyway. Ball don't lie, I guess. They do have to use timeout number 2, although they probably would have anyway. So again, that doesn't really change much. They lost like 5 seconds out of that. To be fair, 5 seconds is a while. I wanted to do DC chemistry, but it wasn't. So you thought this would be an easy alternative. God bless you. Roughing the passer. On the defense, Kevin Givens will give them an additional 15 yards. I'm sorry, that was bad. Just like that penalty. Bad. There's a play to the 16. I need the GPA boost. How is that? I see what you're trying to do there. But how is it going to boost your GPA if you're not going to score well in it? I like to... Thank you. See? Maybe my humor isn't Sahara Desert dry. Maybe it's like the next desert over. 4 seconds left. They're going to kick, as they probably should. Well, that was one of the first halves of all time, guys. 27-21. I have a 95. I just don't know anything. Okay, well, in that case, I apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game. Don't listen to my advice, clearly. Who got the ball first? I think the Jets did. Congrats, Jets, on the high-flying offense. Jets about to win with offensive supremacy. Uh-oh. Yikes. I will say, though, Cocky Butt Cannon has not been that bad today. He's been pretty solid. As much as we want to dog on him for that last game, because, my lord, he sucked. I didn't know you were the GM of the Jets. Yeah, he is the Jets. If you were to be president, what NBA players would be in your cabinet? My glorious Pookie Bear Kid and Cade Cunningham would run right alongside me, for starters. Who else would I want after that? Probably your base, like, NBA Players Association guys, because they're all smart. Yes, this has been a long game, because there has been a whole lot of offense. Should I run track for a liberal arts college? Sure, why not? Have a blast. If it's that or don't run track, then you might as well keep going, unless you don't want to. 3rd and 3! Long downfield throw is caught at the 26 by Debo. Monty Williams is not running with me. No. Get him out. Actually, Kate Cunningham should probably be the only one related to the Pistons, because we don't need any more Nepo children. No. Joe Milton for the head of CIA so he can overthrow governments. A dude whose nickname is CP is coming a bit close to the White House if he's part of the Players... He used to be the Players Association president. Now he's not. I guess because he's old. Instead, he has to beat his addiction of playing in the finals. 3 years sober. Congratulations, Chris. But he used to be the president. Now I think it's McCollum. Unless they replace him, too. But as far as I'm aware, I think it's C.J. McCollum. As Kyron Williams is in for the score, and the Huskies can take the lead. Been offered to the Citadel and Wofford, but I thought the term liberal arts school was funny. Well, liberal arts school is like kind of like it's a normal term. It's a pretty generalized school. If you go to Wofford, you can try to be second in command to their legacy behind March Madness legend Fletcher Magee. You guys remember him? He was cool. What professional athletes would be the worst blunt rotation? That's a good question. You need your wacko. I feel like AB and Chandler Jones are the easy choices, but I'm going to pass on them and pick Aaron Rodgers instead. Honestly, just Aaron Rodgers. I don't even need a rotation. Just Aaron Rodgers alone is probably the answer. Feeding Nick Chubb seems like a pretty good idea here. I feel like they should probably do that. I would agree. 10 runs, 20 passes with Cocky Butt Cannon at quarterback. Aaron Hernandez has to be in it. Okay, I can get behind that. I was on Aaron Hernandez's Wikipedia page today. I don't know why. I just was. I don't know how I got there, but, you know, snowball effect and all that. O.J. Simpson probably should be in there. Hopefully he's high enough to tell us the truth. I'm still sad he didn't confess on his deathbed to the family. And I'm also sad they cremated him, because now we can't test his brain for CTE. I will say, though, on O.J. Simpson's official TikTok page, his kids have been posting pictures with him with a bunch of written out stuff. I find that it's the funniest thing that they're threatening people on the internet within a day after their dad dying, who everybody thinks is a crazy criminal. It's the funniest thing that they're posting slideshows with random pictures of him saying, we will put on legal action if you don't keep her dad's name out your mouth, as if people are not going to talk about O.J. Simpson. Did y'all see that Sam Laporta said he wanted to be just like Aaron Hernandez? Yeah, a cold-blooded killer. He already is. I don't think anyone in the NFL is more aura than Sam Laporta. That's my NFL's version of Aura Man. 3rd and 6, incomplete. The Huskies are gaining some momentum here in the third. Trent Williams has the aura. He kind of does. Not as much as Panay, but he's up there amongst tackles. You need that Chargers playbook, where we only run the ball, and it's too much to where it probably is a problem. I saw Dobbins sign to the Chargers. Yes, he did. I feel like that could be a good signing, if he stays healthy, which is a big ask. Tyler Linderbaum has aura. I feel like Tyler Linderbaum doesn't have aura, but in a good way. Some of your offensive linemen just should not have aura. But that's kind of a good thing. Sounds like you've never heard of a man named Amari DiMercado. Oh, I have. It's just that he's not good. Devin Witherspoon has aura. I mean, I guess so. Not as much as Brian Branch or Ifeatu Melifonwu, but sure. Talks bad about Greg Roman just to join him. I didn't even think of the Greg... I made the Harbaugh connection. I didn't even think of Greg Roman. That's funny. Most aura ever got to be Ray Lewis. I can't argue against that. He does. Kyle Hamilton does too. I feel like Kyle Hamilton either has a lot of aura or none. Again, in a good way. I don't know. It's one of those. It's one of the two. Remember when the Lions drafted Jack Campbell instead of any quarter... Our draft class last year was literally awarded the best in the NFL. And we literally drafted a corner in the second round who got all pro votes. So I think it's fine that one of our picks is a little bit worse than the rest. I can live with Jack Campbell if the other three players with our first and second round picks were all pro or close as rookies. Brian Dawkins is definitely up there as well. Him and Ray Lewis are at the top defensively. Troy Polamalu has aura too. Don't sleep on Troy. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bandwagon am I for my favorite teams being the Warriors and the Chiefs? Probably about a 17. Assuming you started watching sports probably in around 2018. Then, yeah, you're cooked. Who's the OFL creative player with the most aura ever? Cocky Butt Cannon the first. He had aura. Cocky Butt Cannon 2, not so much. But the first, yes. Ed Reed, you're missing. I feel like Ed Reed's a tier below those guys because those guys have aura because they're so intimidating as hitters. Ed Reed is as good as them. But I think in terms of aura, I don't know if he quite has that. You can argue Ed Reed is better than Dawkins and Polamalu as a player. But in terms of intimidation and aura, If I had to pick a room with one of those guys in it, I'd pick the room with Ed Reed. Ooh, Sean Taylor's a good one. Yes. I didn't watch him either, but from what I know, yes. Calvin Venture's a good one. He was the first name that came to my mind. He would be up there for sure. Does Larry Legend have aura? I feel like Larry Legend's another one of those where it's like he either has a lot or he has none. Prime Nandi had aura. I mean, I guess so. He wasn't like that. I mean, he was kind of cool. He was also like the best corner in the league for a year, wasn't he? Prime Earl Thomas at aura. Yes, he did. Lawn kick. 57. He got it. Number 46. So it's 31-27. The Huskies now lead by 4. Into the 4th. Cocky Butt Cannon. If you can hear us, save us, Cocky Butt Cannon. Harold Carmichael gave me aura. He's the tall guy, right? He's the guy who's like 6'8". Unless I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah, 6'8". Okay, I had the right guy. Now 2nd and 7. The whole Seahawks defense, the Legion of Boom defense, had the most aura from every defense ever. It's got to be up there. I'll give you that. Sherm, Thomas, and Chancellor, the collective aura between the three of them, yeah. Then Brandon Browner ruined it because he's like kind of a bad person. Kyle Pitts with a big play over the shoulders catch to the 42. Steelers D had aura. Well, there's Troy Polamalu. James Harrison has a ton of aura too. Do I radiate aura? Not in the slightest. No. And sometimes not having aura is a good thing. Use it to your advantage. Byron Maxwell probably was better. You're right. Byron Maxwell is a dog. Let's go Ducks. Cocky is sacked by Alex Highsmith. Who would have thought? Cocky can't escape pressure. And now it's 3rd and 17. What OFL coach has aura? Don't say yourself. That's a good question. Oh my goodness. Cocky Butt Cannon. Hello! He's got Watson in the 9. Anyway, what OFL coach has aura? Let's think. I feel like there are not many good choices. I've got to be honest. Look at Nick Chubb. My goodness. He's had himself a day. You should start I assume you mean vlogging. No. I'm not. I don't think I'd be good at it. And I don't think I'm interested enough. I used to have aura before this year. We'll get the aura back. 99 deep accuracy. You know, I probably should have put the pieces together. The fact that he's making big throws deep should not be a surprise. Wasn't cocky X Factor, yes, but I think the Jets either have 3 other X Factors on offense, or sometimes the game's just weird with rookies. It's probably that. Actually, it's probably that he's not a 75, so he doesn't have like a zone ability yet. That's probably the answer. That's what happened with Bryce Young last year. Stop glazing yourself. Honestly, I respect the I think confidence is a good thing. I would hope SG would say, I'm up there. You got to think you have that aura. I would have said myself if Denmark didn't say, don't say yourself. People with aura, the most aura, know they have it. They know how to use it. So him saying himself, I think, is a good thing. Confidence is good, kids. Although if you're not confident, that's fine too. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to be motivational. We already did the Falcons last stream, right? No, we did not. We have not gone through Atlanta yet because they played the Niners. So they're probably going to lose. But we haven't done them yet. Imagine if they win. Aura isn't something that you can judge yourself on. Aura is something that others perceive. That's a good answer. So I think, I would say, like, combining my thought with that, like, thinking you have aura, and, like, how do I describe it? I would say, like, recognizing that you have it and knowing how to showcase it is the best way for others to see it. I think I got it. It's something that others judge you on, and you yourself can't really judge yourself on, but you yourself can, like, give it to yourself. I guess that didn't make as much sense. That wasn't as good. Oh well. When my teams are good, I had the most aura here. I don't know about that, partner. You can't claim your own aura. Others give it to you. Okay, I think that's kind of what I was trying to say. You can't necessarily fully claim it, but those with the most aura know they have it. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. There we go. Cocky better be taking notes. Look at Herbert dancing around the pocket. He kind of knows what to do. LeBron can't claim he's the GOAT. Others give it to you. Yeah, I mean, somebody else saying LeBron is the GOAT matters more than LeBron saying he's the GOAT. So yeah, it's kind of like that. It's week 18 and we're talking about aura. We're doomed. You're kind of right. Where did we get to this point? Well, we've got the game of the year on and we're trying to figure out the definition of aura. Shame is out the window. Does Greg Dortch have aura? Yes, by far. Jets with the stop. Huskies look to tie it. And they do at 34. Cocky butt cannon, if you can hear me. Cocky butt cannon, please save me, Cocky. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to maybe send the Jets to the playoffs. And Cocky's had himself a nice game today, all things considered. Chubb is still in the zone as he's been the entire second half. And he loses two. Flying start. I would guess he's out of it now, right? Yup. Great start to the drive for the Jets. If Nick had Bobby Strickland here, he'd had nothing to worry about. That's right. Because he would already be down by 20. Fumble! That ball was out! That ball was clean out. And it's picked up by Max Crosby. Ho-ho, boy. Nick Chubb has been great today. Yeah, that's out. That's a fumble. Might have just costed them the game. The observer is taking notes, and he's doing it in all caps. Nick Chubb, Octi's running back. There you go. I have my argument for the rest of time. I wanted the Jets to win because I wanted to play them in the first round, but them losing off of the Nick Chubb fumble is the one thing that would make it worth it. Because now I have full bragging rights. Josh Jacobs ain't doing that. And Lord knows Sean Tucker definitely is not doing that. Not that it was really even a debate to begin with. Penalty, false start. Now the Jets are not out of it. We can't get ahead of ourselves yet. They have 3 timeouts. There's still 2.5 minutes. Let's say the Huskies score a field goal. The Jets are only down by 3, and they're going to have time. Unless Toronto gets a first down. Oh! Well, it doesn't close the door, but it's less open than it was 5 seconds ago. Greg Dortch is 11 for 156. He is that guy. You just jinxed Sean Tucker. I don't know if I can jinx him. I think he might be immune. Now that I say that, he's definitely jinxed. Jamal Williams to the 5. Jets are not calling their timeouts yet. Why? Okay, fair enough. You do you. Crazy how my squad locked Herbo up. I think this might be more of a Jets thing than a you thing, respectfully. Because your squad won 4 games. 3rd and goal, Jets with the stop. Call a timeout. Another run with Jamal Williams. He does not get it. So the Jets are going to have a little over a minute and a timeout, down by 3. Assuming he makes it, which he should. All right, there you go. 37-34. Huskies with the lead. That was before the blow-up. You were 0-2. You were like 1-7 to start the year. The blow-up does not matter. Cocky Butt Cannon, if you can hear us, please save this Cocky Butt Cannon. A Chargers-Jets first-round matchup and a Nick Chubb nearly game-winning fumble. This would be my Super Bowl. If the Jets lose, they're out, right? Yep. Both of these teams cannot make the playoffs, but both of them can miss it. Cocky goes deep to start. It's caught at the 47 by Christian Watson, who's had a big game. Now, the Jets made the decision to not call the timeout on first down, so they still have 1 left if they need it. But they also have 40 left seconds. I would choose the extra time. And I think anyone with a brain probably would as well. But in case they need it, they've got it. In Madden terms, this might actually not be the worst thing. Cocky's going for the end zone, though! Oh, he only got 1 in! The 99 deep accuracy was not enough there. He needed 100. That was close. He was open, too. I would call it now. Okay. That works. There's 6 seconds. Chop, chop. There you've got to kick it, I feel like, right? 57-yarder to tie it or a Hail Mary. I would kick. That's what they're going to do. Huskies call time. Playoff spot on the line. Can Chris Boswell send the Jets to overtime and keep their season going? Probably Boswell. But when in doubt with Nick's team, it's Chris Boswell. From 57 for the tie. That does not look good. And he missed it! The Toronto Huskies will hang on. That was closer than I thought. That kick did not look good off the bat. Looked a little short and a little wide to the right. So Toronto beats the Jets. The Jets are out. The Huskies are not in. They still need some things to happen. This opens the door a lot for a team like the Chiefs. I feel like it really only helps the Chiefs. But congrats to Kansas City, I guess. Your chances are better. So the Huskies hang on in the game of the year. 37-34. That was sick. Justin Herbert, where did this come from? The complete opposite of the Bears-Rams game in Week 3. Cocky Butt Cannon played well. You know what? I got to give him credit. I was impressed. He did not lose in the game those last 2 possessions. And if that throw to the end zone was 3 inches in, the Jets probably win the game. On the ground, Nick Chubb played really well for most of the game. But he lost it with a fumble. If he doesn't fumble that ball, the Jets probably win the game. So, interesting. The observer has observed. Greg Dortch is him. Christian Watson had a great game as well. Can I see how Kyle Allen did? That was the first game we went through. I would go back to like the 15-minute mark. It's probably around there because we started with that game. Well, that was fun. I wanted the Jets in the first round, but that was still a good game. That was worth it, I guess. All right, I promised Giddy that we would do his next, so we'll do his next. They play the Titans. I think the Titans are actually out now. I think they needed a tie in this game to be alive. Right? Let me check. Yeah, it was Raiders, Jets, Chiefs, Huskies, Titans. Actually, no. If the Raiders... Wait, no, yeah, no, they did need a tie. So the Titans are now out. Cocky is a 70... Well, in that case... Yeah, it would have been the game screwing him over because it's weird with rookies. Is there a third X factor on the offense? Or is it just the two? Chubb, Pitts, and Cocky. Yeah. Yeah, EA screwed him. That's what happened. At least it's not like the first time that's happened. But, yeah, no, there's no excuse. Blame EA. All right, I think the Condoms are the road team, so we'll go to the Titans. If that's Norris Doors, he's winning that game. I don't know about that. Cocky played really well. He was genuinely good. My opinion on him has changed over the last hour. Cocky, QB2 or QB3 agenda, back up. EA did something bad to a guy with 2 rings. How unfortunate. Boo-hoo. Heartbroken. So the Condoms can finish anywhere between 2 and 4. I don't think there's really a difference between 2 and 3. Because for one thing, we don't know who 6 and 7 are going to be. But I would say the biggest thing is that the only big difference is that the 2 seed would get home field advantage in a possible second round matchup. And home field doesn't matter. So, there's not really a difference. Now, I will say, the Condoms can drop to 4. That's the bigger issue, because you got to play Baltimore in the first round, which is probably a little bit harder than the other wild cards. You're more likely to see the Browns in the second round. I don't know if you're more scared of the Browns or the Chargers or the Dildos, so I guess do with that what you will. And the Titans, meanwhile, are now out. But still, honestly, impressive considering they lost the game by like 60 this year. Remember that? I forget, what was that, like 56-3? Close game here, 17-14, Condoms with the lead. Titans now up. All right, into the fourth. We should probably slow down. Looks like the Condoms forced a turnover. Can they finish it off? Yes. So the Condoms win. So this means that the Dildos are probably locked at 4. Because I don't think the Dildos can really jump us. So there's a very good chance the 4-5 matchup in the AFC, as we kind of expected, is the Dildos and the Ravens. The Condoms, meanwhile, can move up to 2 if the Chargers lose. Tyler Waters with a good game. Burrow was... Say Jones played well. James Houston, the problem with a sack. And the Condoms finished 13-4. Since I won, I'm not saying that. I don't know what that means, but I know it's bad. I'm not saying that. It's 11-18 with 1 game left. Here's this. I'll give you guys an option. Because I get it's a school night for most people. You probably don't want to stay up till 12:30. I get it. So here's my thought. We can save the other watch game for like tomorrow or something, or Friday. And we can do as many or as little more simcasting now as we want to do. We still have 4 more games to simcast. So I'll let you guys decide over the next like minute or 2. We are not waiting. Everybody's going to be asleep by like 12:30 though. I feel like it might be a good idea. Again, we can simcast as much or as little as we want now. But I think moving the watch game to tomorrow would probably be the best idea. And since that game won the poll, I feel like it would be unfair not to watch it. We are not waiting for sleep. Sleep is for the weak. Yes, but I'm not going to say us, because, I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. But most of you are amongst the weak who need sleep. What time tomorrow? I would say that's a bridge we would cross when we get there. We can figure that out later. Finish it. I still have 10 more pages. Seems like tonight is winning. I've talked myself into doing it tomorrow, though. Okay, how about we make a compromise? We simcast the last 4 games now, and we do the Raiders and the Panthers tomorrow or Friday. Probably tomorrow, but we'll see. Because I don't think I was going to have time to go through like stats and awards and all that now, or now as in today. So I probably kind of wanted to like push it in a way anyway. I think that's a good idea. That's not the point of asking. I know, but I talked myself into it. So if there's like enough support, we already did this for a week. Yes, but people need to sleep. It's not so much that we started late. I figured the stream would be like 2 hours. And we started pretty much on time. Give me credit. But the last game ended up lasting really long because it was a really good game, admittedly. It's not even that late. It is 11:21. People have school. I get it. I get not everybody does. I get not everybody has a reason to, but a lot of people do. It's 11:20, not 2 a.m. We might be done at 2 a.m. if that game lasts as long as the last one. 11:22. I get it's not late for some of us, but it's late for others. We have to consider everybody. $11:22 for the little children out there who have to get on the school bus tomorrow and learn math and stuff. This is on bordering late. Late is different for different people. It seems like more people want it finished now, but I feel like there's enough. Here's this. We are wasting time by doing this. We should probably move on. Let's simcast the last 4 games, and then we can revisit. But I think finishing tomorrow will be a good idea, because it doesn't necessarily change when the playoffs would start anyway. So, it doesn't really affect anything. All right, where do we start? Let's start with we've done a few AFC games in a row. Let's wrap up the AFC, other than the Raiders. So we'll start with the Riverhogs. They are winning in. If you have a bedtime, just say so. Just do what you want. Yeah, but if I do what just I want, everybody's going to be mad. Is a stream on next Thursday? Well, if it's next Thursday, that's like going to be the middle of the afternoon. Because next Thursday night, I am busy. I am happily busy. I have to drive myself, so maybe I should... Yes. Driving when you're tired is bad, kids. I think there's like equal or close effects to like driving drunk and driving like asleep or tired. Don't drive tired, kids. Not a good idea. Anyway, lots to play for here for both teams. If the Hogs win, they will be the 6th seed. If they lose, they can still get in, but they need some help. Paris, meanwhile, with a loss and a Falcons win, gets the number 1 pick. If they win, they'll still probably pick in the top 5. What if I do both? Multitasking and driving. Now, oh my god, they have 17. Okay. Multitasking and driving isn't a good idea, kids. Double negative equals positive. Drive drunk and tired. You know what? You got me there. I can't really argue against that logic. Last watch game, we scored 3 and allowed 14. So naturally, we scored 34 and allowed 37 because logic. Red Bull and sunflower seeds is my go-to on road trips. Well, sunflower seeds is not drugs, so that works. Yeah, I think we can move pretty quick here. This game looks like it's over. So the Virginia Beach Riverhogs are going to the playoffs, which means there's only one wild card spot left in the AFC. First dibs goes to the Raiders. Then it goes to the Chiefs. We're going to do the Chiefs game next. And then it goes to the Huskies. So the Hogs winning does not mean that you're officially out. If the Chiefs win this next game, then you're out. Now, luckily for you, even though there's 2 teams in front of you, they play 2 of the better teams in the league. The Chiefs play us, the Raiders play the Panthers. So it's not going to be easy for either of them. Both quarterbacks play well. Good for Tua. Mahomes played well. Mahomes had a Mahomes game where he's like Alex Smith. Good game from Saquon. Derek Watson with a big performance, as is Danny Blaze, 2 user receivers. And then another user, Christoph Hornsworth with the pick. The games really thought I was the Jets. We got him. Let Alex Smith cook. Well, Alex Smith is going to the playoffs. Congratulations to whoever's playing the Hogs in the first round, because you're probably going to win because it's Nickinator. He can't win in the playoffs. What the streets need is an Octi Nickinator playoff game. The problem is that would probably require me to lose, which, again, really is not the worst case scenario. But I'd rather win, because I like to win. So if the Chargers win, we will lock up second place, and we'll play against whoever is the 7. If we lose, then we'll probably get 3rd, although we could be 4th. My flashbacks are coming back. The Chargers in Simcast. What can go wrong? Against the Chiefs team who needs a playoff spot, who has to win in order to stay alive. Based on Season 1 and Season 2, predict my Season 3. I feel like Warren Flowers is going to take a leap, and the team's going to be a lot better. But I also thought the Seahawks were going to be good in each of the first 2 years, and they weren't. Although I guess 8-9 is not that bad this year. Only a game out of the wild card spot. So with a questionable division, I feel like 10 or 11 wins feels reasonable, but that's also what I've said the last 2 years. And you guys have not won 10 or 11 wins combined. All right, go team. Nobody get hurt. Number one thing. Surely playing my starters will not be a bad decision. Okay, 7-7. Both offenses start off good. Ooh, long pass. Jalen Hurts' MVP agenda is back on. 14-7. Chargers with the edge. Okay, I like that. Why couldn't we have done this in the Simcast in the playoffs last year? We'll go a little slower, although this game looks like the Chargers should win it, being that we're up by 3 scores. Okay, Jalen Hurts, according to these lines on the thing, it looks like he's having a really good game. 4th and 12, incomplete. He threw it away on 4th down. He pulled off a Mac Jones. Rashee Rice for 15. Hide your cars. Rashee Rice is on the road. And Sean Tucker is in for his 20,000th touchdown of the year. An NFL record. And an OFL record, obviously. 31-17. Yeah, this game's over. All right. So the Chargers will be 2. The Condoms will be 3. The Condoms are going to play the Hogs. And then the 4 seed will be the Dildos. They will officially play Baltimore. As for our opponent, it will be one of the Raiders or the Huskies. If the Raiders win, it'll be the Raiders. If they lose, it'll be the Huskies. The Chiefs, meanwhile, are out. Man, to think we were this close to a Chargers-Jets first-round matchup. All because Nick Chubb fumbled the damn ball. Okay, Jalen Hurts did a good game. Not as good as I expected, but for a Simcast QBs don't play that well. Never mind. This is a great Simcast game. Kyler Murray was Sean Tucker scores twice. George Pickens, hello! And then defensively, 2 sacks for Joey Bosa. He should probably move up in development trait. I think that just about locks it. I think I saw Murray throw it away 3 straight times. He did on 4th down. Kobe White. Yes, Kobe White. Ball knowers know that Kobe White is the most improved player. Who do the Raiders play? The Raiders play the Panthers, so you might be in luck. It is a watch game, though. We've never watched the Raiders, so I don't know what to expect. All right, we have 2 more. Let's find out who the number 1 seed in the NFC is. We'll start with the Eagles game, and then we'll do San Francisco, and then we'll reevaluate. Flowers takes a massive MVP leap. Alpo stays the same. Calhoun, top 5 in yards, top 10 in picks. Top 5 in yards is bold. It's possible, though, especially depending on the playbook. NDJ, mid, cocky, statistically solid, not impressive. So basically what he was this year. Worthy, bad. But expensive. The best kind of bad. All right, so the Eagles can still get the 1 seed. They have to win here. They need a Niners loss. If not, they will get 2, which would probably put them against the Giants in the first round. Dallas on the board first. Dallas can lock up the 5 seed with a win, where they traded for a knee pick quarterback by week 5. 10-7. We saw these two and watched earlier in the year. That ended up being a good game. The Eagles won. But Dallas is looking for revenge. They're up by 10. Eagles respond, though. Okay, we've got ourselves a pretty good game. 4th and 11. I would guess they're going to punt it. What a punt. Now at the 1. Okay, they get out of safety zone. Third and 11. Alpo is sacked by Christian Barmore. Keaton Mitchell loses 4, and they'll kick to tie. We're not going to hop in yet, but for a game like this, I'm going to be looking to hop in earlier than some of the other ones. Do we want to hop in mid-drive? Because normally we don't, but there's less than 3 minutes left. What do we think? They have it at the 24. Why is Jerome Ford in the game? Somebody get hurt? No, I don't know what no means. I assume that means don't hop. Hop. Don't. Honestly, my vote's for hop. Another hop. Harris is... That's right, I forgot. Well-known OFL receiver Najee Harris. No, how could I forget? If you hop, we're saving a watch game for tomorrow. Okay. I know what I want. Jonathan Grenard's hurt. That's significant. 3rd and 6 now. And it's intercepted! Dak is picked off. Is that Snead? No, it's Brian Cook. I assume that's Brian. I don't know whatever B. Cook would be there. And the Eagles force a massive turnover. It is Brian Cook. Dallas at worst would have gotten 3, but Cook comes flying to make the play. The receiver is open too, but Cook is able to perfectly place himself in between the ball and the receiver to pick it off. This is why we don't hop. This is exactly why we hop. That's a perfect reason as to why we hop. Alpo fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Cowboys. Cole Holcomb, yes, this is why we hop. Ball don't lie, I guess. Okay. Well, that was something. That ball looked out, too. Yeah, I think that is a fumble. I can't tell who 59 is, but... wow. One of the games of all time. So it's like Dallas got the first down all along. Please throw another pick. That would be hilarious. It doesn't affect my team, so more chaos. Sign me up. Duck Puck gets 5. Thanks, Dallas. Not yet. Oh, yeah. If Dallas wins, then the Niners game becomes unimportant. Actually, no, that's not true, because Atlanta still needs to get the number 1 pick. Big stop for the Eagles. Was that I Chase Young Kids? Chasing young kids into the backfield? Kick is good for Brandon Aubrey. It's 20-17. Dockingham puck carries. Here's the problem. The Eagles saw it coming. So they got 2 timeouts in a little over a minute, with possibly the number 1 seed on the line. If they lose this game, they have a 0% chance of the 1 seed. If they win, they have like a 10% chance. But 10's more than 0. Why is 17 getting more? Probably because Najee's hurt. I guess he's the backup. Or he's Jerome Ford. Big hit. That wasn't... I thought Puck lost like 4. Not on the third down play, but on the play, one of the plays before. Did he not lose yards? Am I slow? Alpo looking downfield, tipped, and he could have made that play. If only receivers in this game could catch tip balls. Because that was right in his hands. Puck got like 4 or 5. Remembering things is hard. It is 11:30. Alpo sacked again. They got to go for it. Game on the line. They did on the tip miracle. That's a good point. But it's so rare. Alpo downfield, tipped, incomplete. It's fine that it's dropped because that'll end the game. Knowing Madden, they're going to try to punch it in the end zone, though. Oh, no. Okay. Fair enough. All right, so Dallas is locked into the 5. The Eagles are not locked into 2. They could be 2 or 3, depending on what happens with Carolina. Carolina's currently 4, but now they can move as high as 2nd, depending on what happens with their game against the Raiders. The Niners, meanwhile, are officially the number 1 seed. The NFC runs through the defending NFC champions. Alpo statistically was better than Dak, but he had the big fumble at the end. Still a great rookie year for Alpo, who was by far the best of the rookie quarterbacks. DeAndre Hopkins did not score 5 times today. He only scored once. The NFC is so unserious. Denmark has the number 1 seed. And this is a year after our conference championship was Denmark and Pokemon. Unserious conference. One more Simcast game, Atlanta and San Francisco. This game's no longer important for the Niners. They have clinched the number 1 seed. But this game is important for Atlanta. If they lose, they will get the number 1 pick in the draft. If not, it goes to the Paris Black Knights. That's the wrong button. Is Smith hurt? Sometimes receivers just don't catch the ball, but we can check. No, he's fine. We got the NFC is bad for the 100th time. Yeah, but it's like, it's never been more true. It's more true by the 2nd, which means we have to keep saying it. Maybe if your conference starts to get good, we won't dog on it. All right, the final Simcast game of the regular season. The Niners and the Falcons. No longer important for playoffs, but the number 1 pick is on the line. Will it go to Troy or will it go to Littlejaw? Atlanta with an early touchdown. Niners answer back. Look at Atlanta. Okay. There's no way Ja is calling a conference bad. No, Ja is saying that we've said it 100 times. Ja's in the conference. I don't think he... Well, maybe he agrees. But that's not the point he's making. That's the point the rest of us are making. Atlanta's offense is cooking. San Francisco is 28, though. How do you have one of the best rookie receivers, but your team sucks? Let's look at the 2022 Jets. There's your answer. There's other examples. That's the first one that came to mind because Garrett Wilson's my guy. But there's plenty of... 2022 Saints. 2023 Chargers. Quentin Johnston's not good, but he's good here. So that's like half a point. He's literally a part of... He's not part of the problem. He's like at the top of the list. Atlanta gets the 4th down conversion. Falcons fans are sad by that. Niners looking at chew clock. Can they finish it off? Yes. Yup. Another first down ends it. There you go. The Niners finish at 14-3, tied with the Browns for the best record in the league. The Atlanta Falcons, meanwhile, you are on the clock with the number 1 pick in the draft. Is it past your bedtime? It might be. It might be all NFC. It might be, yeah. It literally might be. And the Blues. I can't think of anybody else in the AFC who would be bad enough. Well, I guess the Voyagers, maybe. But the Voyagers have 5 or 6. So they're not, like, top 5. What is the Rams pick? The Rams pick is probably in the range of, like, 5. Brock Purdy was solid. Trevor Lawrence with a great game. Joe Mixon played very well. Cameron Sutton on the run! So the Niners already clinched the number 1 seed, but they add another win anyway, although their defense made it a little bit closer than it should have been. So let's look at the draft order as of now, or at least the standings, because obviously there's been a ton of trades and whatnot. What we do know, Falcons 1, Black Knights 2. Commies, Blues, Rams would be the next up. And then the Cardinals, that's 6. Steelers and Voyagers, 7, 8. Lions, Broncos, Bengals would be next up, and then everybody else. So with that, we're down to one more game. Since the children have to sleep, I think saving this as like our prime time game to finish out the year is a pretty good idea. With how the other games have gone today, the Raiders and the Panthers has gotten that much more important. For Carolina's sake, they started the day in 4th, but with the Bears and the Eagles losing, they can climb up to 2nd. As for the Raiders, same scenario that it always was. Winning in, losing out. The Huskies would get the Raiders' spot if they lost. Or tied. If the Raiders tie, then they're out as well. They have to win. Good excuse for making me wait. Well, I hope one more day is enough anticipation for the final game of the regular season. And then from there, we're going to go over stats for everybody, awards. The awards ballot will open up. And the playoffs will start shortly thereafter. So that's going to wrap up the stream. Pretty fun going through 12 games. Part 3. I didn't think we'd go to a part 3 of Week 18, but here we are. Part 3 will be tomorrow, probably. And we'll discuss times when we make it to the bridge.